Hey, hey, hey. We're back. We're back. Going to wait a second so we can get some viewers on right quick. We're streaming on multiple platforms. So if I seem to be responding to someone in a chat or something and you don't see it, it's because I'm receiving all the comments in one specific area, but we are streaming on multiple platforms. I think Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, maybe X. I'm not sure. Gotta check on that, see if we still got that connected. But we are here for a few updates, including our fast update, and I am excited to be here. Had a long weekend myself. You know, people don't realize that when, like myself personally, I have great motivation for sticking with this type of life as far as trying to be healthy. I have great motivation because in my youth, in my past, I dealt with health issues. And I felt like the best way to deal with my health issues is to stay healthy, so that I try not to get any health issues. But even I myself am not perfect whatsoever. So you know, I fight the human nature as well. The marketing machines, the food machines in the food industry, making things seem vegan, making things seem healthy, perception of healthiness. You know, I have to dig and research and fail my way through that process a lot of times, like anybody else would have to maneuver and manage through a situation. You know, the marketing companies, the food companies, and you know, the medical industry. You know, what's safe, what's not safe, what's okay, what's not okay. The millions of questions that people often refer to us. We just don't know the answer to all the time because, you know, technology and science and chemistry and all these things that are going on in the human body and all the things that we need to remember that are relevant in the situation before we give someone a suggestion about something, you know. So, you know, we don't always get it right, but we do our best to lean on God, lean on the information that we know, and not try to assume anything. We will let someone know that, you know, obviously we're not doctors, praise God for that. We're not trying to be doctors at all, because a doctor is not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to prescribe medication. We're not trying to patch nothing up. We're just trying to help you detox. We're trying to help you empty yourself of what's not good of you within you. And those things sometimes are physical, but sometimes we have to deal with emotional and mental, which equate to a spiritual awakening at the end of the day. So keep that in mind, you know, that we have to get through this ourselves, and we try to get through this ourselves. This is by any means is not easy on us. But today we are day 15 for the most part. We're on Monday, day 15 of our 21-day detox. The first 3 days should have been no food, no water. The second 4 days should have been only water. The next 7 days, which we ended last night at sundown, should have been hydration liquids, nectars, teas, things that have minerals, supplements, juices, water, and things like that. And now these next 7 days are going to be fruits, vegetables, and greens. Everyone that is in the program this year did get a nutritional guide that had the non-inflammatory food list. Those would be the options of foods that you can eat. Stay away from grains during these last 7 days. Still, grains are going to slow down the digestive process. Although whole grains are good for you, and we can have a level of whole grains. Even grains have to be taken in moderation, so keep that in mind because they do slow down the digestive process. They do absorb water from the cells. They slow things down, but they do give you a level of nutrition depending on what grain, seed, or nut you're eating. Different nutritional value, calcium, iron, protein, etc. So keep those things in mind. We're going to put the regimen out there. The regimen should be liquids until 12, fruits until 2, greens until 4, and vegetables until 6. You should be eating in this within this 6-hour period of time. You should be hydrating from when you wake up in the morning. Start with water. Try to get a detox in, a second urination. Every time you urinate, every time you use the washroom, that is the application of a detox. That is the act of a detox. You're removing waste from the body. So every time you urinate, every time you move feces, you're removing waste from the body. You're detoxing yourself at that moment. We want to keep the body in a state of detox, so we want to make sure that everything we're eating is easily broken down and comes out of our body quickly. For the people who did experience the first 7 days and the second 7 days, and I'm not sure, I'm going to use a term that we've used in the podcast before, but sludge. I know it's not nice to think about, but you should have still been eliminating a level of sludge, especially if you've been remaining hydrated and taking the sea moss. It's going to help move that sludge along. It's going to help move that calcified feces in the intestines, and it's going to help move along, any type of, the inflammatory substance inside of your digestive organs that is having trouble being removed, or is in danger of being calcified, or is in danger of getting stuck somewhere inside of the body because the body's not processing it normally, because it's probably not a normal or a natural food where the body actually knows what to do with it. Something like gluten, something like starch, something like these processed sugars, these fancy sugars and stuff like that. These things calcify the body, go in the body, and the body can't really do anything with it, so it just stores it and tries to figure it out as best as it could. We're trying to get all that stuff out of the system, all that old stuff out of the system that we've accumulated throughout the years. Hope everybody's doing well on this Monday afternoon. I'm very grateful to be here. I know this is a late podcast. Because for some reason we have been having technical issues here with our connection, even though we have a hardwired connection. We had people come in and take a look at that, so hopefully everything is good now moving forward. So we apologize for the delays in the sessions or whatnot, but we have made up the sessions, and I was going to go live today regardless, no matter how late it would have got. I am forwarding this. Some people are viewing this because I sent them the link in the email, and some people are just logging on, so I can see here. It's a little bit of action here on YouTube and on Facebook. People popping in and out of it. I see the viewership going up and down and stuff. So that is the agenda for this next 7 days. We are going to be doing water in the morning, liquids in the morning, get some teas in the morning and things like that. And then we'll shift into our fruits. Let's try to have as much raw food as possible. More raw food as possible. Let's not cook out any nutrition. Let's not cook out any water by heating up the food beyond what it's been heated already. The sun already did the job. The sun has already heated these vegetables and fruits and things up. Now, the next time it gets heated up, it should be heated up inside of your digestive system. That's why our bodies are internally warm, or 97, 98 degrees, because the food that we're eating, when you're eating natural food, is already being cooked. It's already going through the process of development and the process of evolution itself to maximize the nutritional value of the food. That's why when the fruit is ripe, that means it has the most amount of water in it at that stage before it starts releasing water, releasing its value, or going bad because of the conditions, will allow for bacteria to grow. So you have to eat fruits when they're ripe. Sometimes we eat them a little bit earlier than they're ripe, and that's why they're a little bit dry, because they don't have the water concentration built in them yet that's supposed to. But when you know you eat a ripe fruit, it's very juicy because that water inside of that fruit, that H3O2, that structured water, that water that has already gone through the process of earth. That means it came from the sky, it fell in the ground, it went up through the roots, it went through the branches, it got carried through the leaves, and then it all transformed and carried all of the information it was absorbing into the fruit itself. And now the fruit is holding the water for us. That's how we should think of it when we're eating fresh fruits and vegetables. These fruits and vegetables are just holding the water for us. And then they have wonderful flavor. They flavor everything that we have. They flavor everything that we eat, because meat only tastes like nothing. It tastes like dead flesh if you don't season it with seasonings, with natural herbs and spices and salts and things of that nature. So the natural things are the things that give flavor to the living and unnatural things. So we have to remember that we're not losing anything when we choose to eat natural food. We're increasing our taste palette. We're starting to wake the body up. All our food should be flavorful if it's 100% organic and natural. You know what I mean? All of them. It should be, because we should be using salt and herbs and spices to complement and to decorate our food. And what we're eating has a consistency on its own. The items that we're eating are part natural items that bring their own flavor, versus like dead flesh that brings the taste of blood. So that's something that we got to consider. That's something that we got to think about, you know? I've been getting the questions and the emails. I think I got to everybody. If I missed anyone, give me a call. Give me a call. Sometimes I'll lose track of the emails. Sometimes I get a couple hundred emails a day. Sometimes a lot of it is spam. I'll say 70% of it is spam. But I do got to sift through it all to see what is useful, what is not useful, what is, what has value or what is important, and then prioritize those things. So, but you guys should have went through a process. Some of you guys are losing weight. Some of you guys lost weight and gained weight, because during the fast, the initial 7 days, I probably lost about 10 pounds. I probably gained it back through absorption of liquid now. And now that food is going to start, I should still be losing a few, but it's going to be, the best chance to losing more weight during the fast like this is the first 7 days. And then the second 7 days, where there's a level of absorption that we want to make sure that we're attentive to, because that absorption is what is giving us is indicating to us, if we're self-aware, it's indicating to us that our body is absorbing the liquid that we're consuming. So if your body is maintaining its weight through a liquid fast, then you know that there's a high level of absorption. You're not peeing everything out and then your weight is still going down, 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 down. Your body is absorbing nutrition, so it's utilizing the nutrition. So a lot of that is not being urinated out. The water is just urinating the toxicity or whatever waste it's removing from the system. So be aware of that during your fast. You guys got to pay attention to what's going on inside of your body while you're doing these fasts and while you're focused on certain food groups and certain processes, okay? If anybody has a question, feel free to ask. But so now these next 7 days, obviously fruits, vegetables, and greens, fruits, greens, and vegetables, y'all, in that order. So water until 12, fruits until 2, greens until 4, and vegetables until 6. Let me say that again. Water until 12, fruits until 2, greens until 4, and vegetables till 6. That is our regimen that we're going to have. We're still intermittent fasting throughout this process. Stay away from gluten, stay away from starch, stay away from dairy. dairy, stay away from processed sugars, stay away from chemicalized or GMO foods and stuff like that. Things that just are not natural. This detox is a detox of unnatural substances and things that are not designed to be in the digestive system. And although sugar is vegan, sugar is not healthy and it's not natural in the way that they give us the sugar. So, gluten is not natural. Starch is not natural. It's vegan. It doesn't come from an animal, but it's still designed by man. It's not designed by God, or it is interfered with from mankind, and so that should not be labeled vegan. Gluten should not be labeled vegan. Starch should not be labeled vegan. It should have a big red warning on there saying unidentified substances or unprocessable substances, because gluten is a form of binder. It's a form of glue. That's what gluten is. That's why the beginning of gluten is glue. And starch is also a binder. It's a sticky substance. It's what they make Elmer's glue out of. It's the same thing as the gluten, except it's a different way of consuming it. And when the body warms it up, it turns it into a mushy stickiness, and then it cooks it, because the body is internally 97 degrees. So it cooks it to a level, and it doesn't liquefy it. It hardens it. And now it can't come out of the body through the intestines like it normally would. And now it's inside the body, creating inflammation or inflammatory responses. It can get sticky around the liver, and now you have fatty liver. It can get sticky inside of your intestines, or and clog up your intestines. Now you got gastritis or some type of intestinal issue. It could, all type of different illnesses and breakdowns of the organs and body are because we're eating binders, things that are sticky and glue things together. So keep this in mind too. Visually, when you go to the stool, make sure that your stool is soft like toothpaste. It shouldn't be hardened, stuck together. Men laugh about it and joke about it all the time. Ha ha ha, I pooped a log. Yeah, that's not good. That's cooked poop, and it's stuck together. That means it was in the body way longer than the normal digestive process. That means it became very toxic, and it's probably damaging your intestines before it came out of the body. Everything should have water concentration. Everything should have some type of moisture to it. That's how you know it's a food that had water in it. That's how you know it's a fruit, vegetable, or green. That's how you know that you have a binder or something that's sucking the water out of your system. Because if your poop is coming out stuck together, and it's not coming out moist, that means there's something in the intestines that's absorbing the liquid that should be used to push the fiber out. Keep those things in mind. These things are things you should be paying attention to, and you could be paying attention to if you're conscious and self-aware of what's going on inside of your body. You have to think about it. It's your body still. Just because it's on the inside doesn't mean you got to ignore it. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean you shouldn't address it. It's still part of our bodies. It's more important than what's on the outside, actually. But Chef Franco, it's so hard. It's so difficult. Why can't I get it? Why do I always break the fast? Because we have to work on the mental strength. We have to work on keeping our commitments. It's exposing a character flaw in us when we can't do something like this. It's exposing whether it's a lust for food or some type of gluttony. It's exposing an inability of controlling our emotions or behavior. We should use this as a deep life exercise to remind us that we need to have control in life. We need to be able to do these things, and maybe not perfectly the first time, second time, third time. Maybe you do it perfect 5 times and mess up. But we have to continue to practice these things in our life if we want to stay healthy. Why do you think doctors are in the practice of medicine? They're never professionals, or they've never perfected medicine. They practice medicine because they're practicing every single day, trying to get better at what their assumptions and their conclusions and their solutions. We have to do the same thing. We have to practice every single day so that we can get better at our health. so that saying no to certain food groups and saying no to certain things becomes an easier process, a less thought out process, and a more automatic process because we're committed. What does that mean? We're committed. That means we've already made up our mind. We've already made up our decision. We're not going to start negotiating back and forth mentally about what we're going to do. We've already decided what we were doing. What you have to do is discipline yourself and don't confuse yourself and don't create an area where you can run away from or where we can run away from. We address it head on. No, you can't have that. No, it's past your eating time. No, it's not on the program sheet. No, it's not part of the fast. There's nothing else to think about. There's nothing else to consider. There's nothing else to talk about. You've already made your decision. Banish the thought from your mind. Act on it. No. Oh, we can cheat this one. No, you can't. Cheaters don't win. Cheaters never win. So you can't cheat this one time. In anything in life. Place, thing, people, it doesn't matter how you want to play it. No cheating allowed. That's just a principle. It's deeper than any person, place, or thing. It's part of your identity. Are you the type of person that is self-destructive? Because if I see it in your eating habits, then I know it exists in other areas, because you can't divorce that type of self-destructive behavior from the different aspects and areas in your life that you have to manage day to day. You can't divorce it. You can't make it go away. It's going to show up. So practice discipline. Practice. Apply. And take the advice that's given to you. It's actually very thought out, and it's gone through a lot of processes to get where it's at right now. So keep that in mind. Stick to the regimen. Water till 12. That's why. Fruits until 2. Because I said so. Greens until 4. We're committed. There's nothing to talk about. Vegetables until 6. That's what it is. Point blank, period. That's it. What can I know? Why are you entertaining it? Why are you making it difficult? Why are you wrestling with this thought back and forth? You said so already. You'll do that to a child, but won't adult yourself. Think about that. You didn't have to explain yourself to yourself, because you know you better than anyone else knows you. You're going to create a gray area and sneak out of it. You're going to give yourself an opportunity to cheat and to run away. So you have to discipline yourself more than anyone else disciplines you. You have to really stand on top of it. You have to adult yourself. It's no one else's responsibility. We still are commissioned and expected to show a level of growth and evolution in our life. Even if it's in our character, we have to practice every day to have a better character. You understand what I'm saying? These things should be paid attention to. These things should be paid attention to. We should always be looking internally more than anything else. We should always be trying to make sure that we are the ones that is doing the right thing at all times. That we are the ones that are doing the right thing. Let's not worry about everybody else. That's going to take our eye off of us and put on somebody else. Is a distraction, because now you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about somebody else and what they're doing, going through, etc. Focus on yourself in this type of fast. When you're trying to grow, when you're trying to experience this level of level up, Do what you say you're going to do. It's about principle. There's a deeper matter now. There's a deeper objective now. There's a deeper weight. There's a deeper value now. Having good character is more important than many things that we deem to be important. Having a level of love for ourselves and disciplining ourselves and not exercising self-destructive behavior is extremely valuable in life, and we need to learn how to do it. You understand? And we have to practice it every day, being real. Being a real person, being real to yourself, not lying to yourself, not setting yourself up for failure, but holding yourself not just accountable, but to the standard that you set. That way, you don't have to hold yourself accountable. You can feel good about yourself. You can feel confident about yourself. You can feel great about what you've accomplished because you stuck to your word and don't have to deal with guilt and don't have to deal with shame internally. Do what you say you're going to do. You understand what I'm saying? Can you do that for you? Have you fell off the wagon? Get back on it. You got 7 days to eat clean. We have 7 days to eat clean. Water, liquids until 12. Enjoy your fruits. Get your smoothies, acai bowls. Cut your fruits up ahead of time. Have them ready. Your melons, your watermelon, your cantaloupe, your honeydew, your berries, your mangoes. Have them ready. Get them together. Go get them. Get your greens. Get your dandelion greens. Get your kale greens. Get your watercress. Get your cilantro. Get these greens and start making your afternoons. Get raw salads and then cook greens and, different varieties. Maybe at about 2 o'clock, you eat a raw salad. And at 3 o'clock, you eat some cooked greens. Then at 4 o'clock, you eat some vegetables. And at 5 o'clock, you eat mushroom. Like at 4 o'clock, you eat some guacamole and some stuff like that. And then at 5 o'clock, you eat some mushrooms with bell peppers and sauteed. And you can eat big portions and regularly. Just eat the right things so that they're not hurting you. So that they're breaking down, the fiber's breaking down in your intestines and it's breaking down in your digestive organs and it's breaking away calcification and it's cleaning your body out. And every time you're using the washroom, it's part of a detox instead of a difficult experience. Constipation, pushing, breathing, messiness. You should be consistent in the stool if you're consistent in your diet. Come on, y'all. I want y'all to level up. We've been soft already. We've been lollygagging. We got to get to it. We got to make it happen now. It's now or never. It's now or never. In reality, if you miss this opportunity, you can never get it back. So you've missed something forever. It's not to say that you can't take another opportunity, but you've already missed an opportunity. So you'll never be as far as you could have been if you start now. So it's missed forever. So it's now or never. You can start later and get minimal results, or you can start now and get maximum results. Understand what I speak? If anybody got any questions, feel free to chime in. So get to it. Focus on you. It's not your husband's fault that you cheated on your diet. It's not your wife's fault that you cheated on your goal. It's not your kid's fault that you couldn't do what you said you were going to do. You need to do what you're going to do despite anyone around you. No one else is responsible for your self-development. No one else is responsible for suffering with you when you've created the situation you need to suffer for. They don't need to suffer. You can lead by example and help them avoid their future suffering if you do right, but don't use them as a crutch or as an excuse to why you can't get your stuff together. So if there's cookies in the fridge or if there's cookies in the pantry, Don't eat them. They're not your cookies. They have nothing to do to you. And if you actually change how you look at them, the initial and origin of the perspective that you're looking at, stop looking at them as something good and start looking at them as something bad, because to you, they are not positive. To you, they're going to cause negative impact on your body and your well-being. So to you, it's a form of poison. So to you, you have to change your initial perspective on it so that you can start putting it in the proper thoughtfulness before making a decision. Oh no, I can't do that. That's gluten. Oh, I can't do that. That's sugar. Oh, that's going to clog me up. Oh, that's going to make things worse. That's going to constipate me. That's going to cause issues. That's going to prolong my cancer. That's going to prolong this. That's going to make me sick. That's going to make me cough. Think about it like that and not, oh my God, but it tastes so good. Taste has nothing to do with the food experience. Stop being childish. That's for children. Oh, I don't like this. They don't taste good. I don't like that. It don't taste good. I don't like to work every day, but I got to do what I have to do. It doesn't stop me from working. But because something don't taste good, it stops you from eating it. That's childish. That's like toddler mentality. Think about it for real. That's not a shot. That's a call to level up. Stand on top of it. Discipline yourself properly. Don't leave room for negotiation. Your answer should be because I said so, because I vowed. That's why. Because I made a vow. And God was watching. Period. Level up. All right, y'all. Again, back to we're on the last 7 days of our fast here. Keep that in mind. We're at the fruits, vegetables, and greens stage. We're going to do fruits, greens, and vegetables. I like to say it in that order so you can eat in that order. And this is even the reason why we say the liquid first, because they're the most absorbable. Fruit second, because they're highest in fructose. So they're going to give you the most bump of energy in the morning. And then greens after that, because we start leveling off the sugar at that time. Greens have higher digestive properties to clean out the body, and also mineral intake and lower fructose. And then vegetables that have a lower glucose index versus the fruits that have high fructose. They're depending on the level of activity that you have, you can get some stored fat, or you can convert sugars in the body if you're not active enough. So there's a reason why we go fruits, greens, and vegetables, because fruits are going to give you the most glucose out of the three, but then they're all going to, they start leveling out for you to actually just have a good digestive process. Liquids in the morning, just to make sure that you're hydrated for your level of digestion or for the things that you're going to be eating through the day. We have to consider all these things. All right, y'all. All right, I don't see any questions. This will be posted here on YouTube and on Facebook for you guys to check it out. So I will be sending it out to all the participants. The link will be in the email as well, with announcement for the next podcast session. Congratulations for everyone that's still sticking it through. If you're barely holding on, hold on. Even if you have to hold on to the hem of his garment, just hold on. Stick to it. Just get back on top of it. Pick up where we're at. If you could pick up where you left off, pick up where you left off. If you can't, pick up where you're at. Just no meal or no time in this decision is not valuable. All of it is valuable. Utilize all of it. Every decision that you make concerning what you put inside of your body is an important decision. So never quit that process. Whether you're in a group fast, whether you're in a participation fast or not, you can be living your own life and doing your own thing. You should be thinking in this manner all the time so that you can always try your best to balance your health out in your favor and prove to yourself that you are not self-destructive. So talk to yourself often, even out loud if you need to. Nothing wrong with that. You should maintain a healthy conversation in your mind all the time. There should always be a conversation before decisions get made, especially about food. Oh, let me stop and pick this up. No, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go sleep. It's already late. I already ate. And just go home and go sleep. There's no other consideration. Manage yourself in that way, and you may be successful. Okay? You will be if you discipline yourself. With that, I appreciate y'all popping in. I will be again sending out that email for the next session in our 21-day fast. You just want to thank all our participants. You guys, if you want to check us out, you can go to www.thenaturalbranches.com. We offer a lot of different ideas and varieties of things to our community, including foods, including supplements, including different things that you can purchase or different things that you can participate in. We just want to play our part, and God gave us our gifts, and we're going to exercise our gifts as best as we could until it all makes sense. Thank you guys for being with us. Thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. We ask that you come by. We're located in Chicago right now, 6027 West Belmont Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60634. You can call and ask questions at our store line at 773-312-3505. And again, you can catch us online. You can do our social medias at Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that at The Natural Branches. You can look up The Natural Branches. And you can also go to our website, you have to put the word the in there. Otherwise, you're going to get like branches, like real branches and stuff. But www.thenaturalbranches.com. Take a look at the video if you're just popping in. Catch it from the beginning. There's a lot of, I believe, beneficial information in here that we can utilize and that we can share. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Grace and peace. It's all love.